Hey there, welcome to Healthy TV episode number 61. I'm your host, Dr. John McPhee, and on today's episode, we're talking about how to avoid the grandma hump. And if you've got one, how to get rid of it. I remember my great aunt Betty back, when I was kind of 8 to 10 years old, and she had that classic stooped over posture, older woman or elderly woman. And I actually remember distinctly having a conversation with my sister about how she did not want to look like that when she got older, and worrying, is that just what happens when you get older? And so, now fast forward to in practice, this is a conversation that comes up all the time, right? The grandma hump, or more, correctly known as Dowager's hump. Acute hyperkyphosis is another more clinical term. And really what I'm describing is this hump that develops around the base of the neck. And we see it both in men and women, but it seems to be more common in women. And really the first question to answer is this just a natural process of aging? And I can say without a doubt that's not true, okay? And it's also not predominantly a genetic thing. So you may notice that in families it does seem there's a trend, but that actually comes, or what the researchers think is that actually comes from more environmental reasons. The fact that we tend to emulate what our parents look like. And so I want you to get rid of the idea. If you're concerned about, if you're looking at your grandma, maybe your mom, and they've developed this hump, and you think, oh, that's my destiny, I'm just going to develop that. I want you to get rid of that belief, okay? Replace that with the belief that, you can prevent that by simply doing basic mobility exercises every day. And so that's what I'm going to get into in the next section of the video. I'm going to share with you some 3 simple exercises that you can do. Now, before I do that though, I want to offer those of you who are maybe wondering, is this a serious problem for you? The easiest thing to do actually is just grab someone in your family, snap a photo from the side, okay, either full length or just of your neck, and you can message that to me privately or to the wellness group. If you just, on this page that you're watching this video, just click message, and that'll get sent directly to me. No one else will see that. And I'll give you some no BS feedback. I'll let you know, what, is this a serious enough problem? The reason why I would even use the terminology serious is because what happens when our spine gets into that position, it puts a lot of pressure on the nerves that run inside, okay, the spinal cord and the nerves that are exiting from that part of the spine. And that can really interfere with their capacity to communicate from brain to body and back from body to brain. So and what that result is it can really affect your function. On top of that, it's going to probably cause a lot of pain and discomfort and lack of movement, and that over time can become really, can really impact your quality of life. Okay, so I offer that to you. Snap a quick pictures, messages to me. I'm happy to give you some feedback, and I'll let you know if it's something that you should be seeking further help with. Okay, so let's jump into the exercises, and these are things that you can do at home every day to help prevent the grandma hump. Exercise number 1, you're going to need a few tools. So if you're serious about correcting this problem, you're definitely going to want to pick up a foam roller, whether a full length size one or a half size one. The half size ones work fine. We just need to support your lower body, as you'll see. So I'm going to use a full length one. Let's get that set up. And then the other thing you're going to need is just a couple of, these are weighted balls, but anything. Really, you can use hand weights, somewhere 2 to 5 pounds, even some liter mason jars filled with water. Okay, that's probably the easiest thing. Everyone's got a few mason jars around their home. And we're going to use these to give us a bit of resistance, so I'll set those there. And the first thing we're going to do, we're going to get onto the roller, and we're actually going to lie down. This is the best thing to do. I encourage you to do this every day at the end of the day. We're going to lie down so that we're right along the length, so that the foam roller is actually just supporting your full spine from pelvis all the way up to your head. Now, if you only have the half roller, then what you can do is use it for the top part. Okay, it would come to about the rib cage, and then support the rest with some pillows. Okay, because that's less important. What we're focusing on is what's happening up here. We need to open up the chest. So what we're going to use is the weights. We're going to first hold it up over your chest, and now I want you to use your abs. You're going to push your spine into the floor, or into the foam roller. You're going to tuck your chin, and then we're going to just allow the weights to come out. And we're actually just going to hang out here. Okay. Now, if you're really tight, you may find that when you let your arms go, you might start to pop the chest out. I want you to avoid that. So you're gonna tuck the chest down. So you're gonna keep your rib cage down. And then we're just gonna hang out. I want you to spend 2 minutes here. Okay, there's 3 positions. So 2 minutes here. Then you're gonna come back up. Then you're gonna spend 2 minutes here. Okay. Ideally, the hands should get to the floor. Okay, and then you're gonna spend 2 minutes here. Okay, so it's a very comfortable stretch, very relaxing. This will really, it's a great transition from your work day to your night day. So to spend time with your family. Okay, so 3 different positions. You're gonna start with that. The second thing, so exercise number 2, is we're gonna use the foam roller again. This one you may be familiar with, I've used this in videos before. We're actually going to now mobilize the middle part of the spine. So we're gonna get set up so that our butt's just in front of it. We're gonna roll so that it's just supporting between the shoulder blades. In fact, we can come up nice and high. I'm gonna get you to just support the back of your neck. But now we're actually gonna let everything sink back. And I want you to tuck the chin and actually pull the back of your head down toward the floor. Okay, so that you're gonna feel a bit of pressure through the base of the neck. Okay, and we're just gonna go back and forth, again, tucking the chin, pulling the back of the head toward the floor. Okay, you're gonna do 5, I will say movements, and then you're gonna roll a little bit so that the roller moves down the spine, and we're gonna do the same thing. Okay, and we're just mobilizing that mid-back. Okay, 3 different spots. Okay, same principle, always pulling the back of the head toward the floor. Okay, tucking the chin. Now, exercise number 3 is more of an active exercise. So once you've done those, now we're gonna actually activate the muscles that help to hold your head in its normal position. That's what we're trying to recreate. We're trying to break down scar tissue with those first 2 and rebuild the tissue so that it can actually hold your spine in its healthy position. So the third one is we're gonna get into a 4-point position. Okay, so hands and knees. You're gonna be nice and flat across the shoulders, so not sunken down. We need to press your shoulders away. You can round your spine a little bit, and now all we're gonna do is we're gonna poke and then tuck the chin. Okay, and the active component is the tucking of the chin, lengthening it. I want you to imagine that someone's pulling you from the top of your head. Okay, so poke the chin and then tuck it. Okay, simple as that. So you've got 3 different exercises: the stretch, the mobility, and then the strengthening. All right, so give that a try. And I'd love to get your feedback. Let me know how that feels. If you do get any real sharp acute pain, that's definitely something that you want to get checked out. So send me a message and we'll take a further step. All right, enjoy that. Have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you next week.